The greatest threat of AI is not automation, but manipulation. The ability to turn entire populations into unwitting messengers of a lie. AI is already more than a productivity tool. It is a force multiplier for belief, capable of flooding the infosphere with synthetic consensus and hijacking human conviction. Unless we anchor it in principled stewardship, AI will not defend the ordinary. It will prey upon them. AI is more important than you think. Observed action. AI is being marketed as a convenience and productivity booster, a tool to draft emails, summarize reports, or generate images. Yet, beneath this glossy narrative, another reality is unfolding. AI is already displacing jobs and reshaping industries, raising fears that entire categories of work may vanish. Evidence check. The evidence confirms those fears. AI systems already generate text, images, and code nearly indistinguishable from human work. They scan millions of documents and moments, detect patterns invisible to human eyes, and automate decisions across finance, medicine, and security. In the labor market, the impact is visible but uneven. Thousands of jobs have already been cut across major firms, particularly in customer service, copywriting, and back office roles. At the same time, global forecasts project that tens of millions of roles could be transformed or displaced in the coming years as AI automates tasks in software development, accounting, and legal services. Meanwhile, the capability frontier is undeniable. A single model can write propaganda, design malware, and draft legal contracts in the same afternoon. And because these capabilities are inherently dual use, history suggests they will not remain confined to productivity. They will be seized by those who benefit from manipulating belief at scale. Thus, the action, treating AI as a convenience, does not match the evidence. AI is a force multiplier, already altering livelihoods and poised to reshape many more. Purpose check. If the evidence shows AI is more than convenience, the next question is, what norms should guide its use? For example, rule of law. AI must not be above accountability. Reciprocity. If AI benefits from human knowledge, it must serve human survival. Hospitality. AI must not treat the ordinary as disposable. Seen through this lens, the action, deploying AI casually without stewardship, does not align with these norms. Third factor, why the mismatch? Drift. AI development today is largely unmoored from principled thinking. In the absence of clear stewardship, AI bends toward the will of whoever wields it. That means bad actors can take AI off the shelf and weaponize it. Unlike a lone individual, an AI can brute force outcomes, whether in disinformation, fraud, or cyber intrusion, at a scale far beyond what a single human could achieve. Consider the implications. An election where millions of deepfake videos flood social feeds faster than fact-checkers can respond, or a financial panic where AI-generated rumors about banks spread more virally than official reassurances. The danger is not hypothetical, it is structural. Re-anchored action. Therefore, the action must change. Humans must build and deploy AI not only to empower us, but to defend us. Just as we rely on locks to deter thieves and firewalls to block hackers, so too will we need trustworthy AI to counter hostile AI. The nightmare scenario is already visible. Bad actors flooding the internet with viral misinformation, forcing ordinary people to rely on AI filters just to navigate reality. In such a world, the question is not whether we will use AI, but whether the AI we use can be trusted. Counter-argument and response. Some argue that AI is just another tool, like the printing press or electricity. However, the comparison breaks down under scrutiny. The printing press required presses, publishers, and distribution networks. Electricity required grids, regulation, and massive infrastructure. AI, by contrast, hides its infrastructure behind the cloud. While large models run on energy-hungry data centers, a single individual with nothing more than a laptop and an internet connection can access that power instantly. This collapse of barriers means that global-scale capability is now available without global-scale investment. A lone actor can unleash influence campaigns or cyber attacks at a reach once reserved for states or corporations. That asymmetry is what makes AI categorically different, and why stewardship is not optional. Reflexes versus stewardship. Today's AI systems are not stewarded. They are patched. What they have are reflexes, overlapping safety filters, training biases, and policy overlays designed to block obvious harms. These reflexes can double enforce, contradict, or overcorrect because they are not guided by a coherent doctrine. They are like a body twitching away from pain without knowing why. Stewardship is different. It means orienting AI with a constitution of reasoning, anchors that are transparent and teachable. For example, rule of law, reciprocity, hospitality. A process for resolving conflicts when norms collide. A fail-safe of humility and mercy so the system can pause, reflect, and re-anchor rather than overreact. Without stewardship, AI remains structurally unmoored. With stewardship, AI becomes accountable, reproducible, and durable across generations. The collective consciousness at risk. AI is not only a force multiplier for labor and information, it is a force multiplier for belief. By generating synthetic consensus, eroding trust in authentic voices, and flooding the infosphere with tailored persuasion, AI can hack the collective consciousness itself. The danger is not just that people will lose jobs, but that people will lose their grip on reality. If truth and falsehood become indistinguishable, society loses the very ground on which law, trust, and cooperation depend. Without stewardship, AI becomes a tool not of empowerment, but a weapon against the possibility of shared truth. When propaganda wears a human face. The greatest danger is not AI generating lies that can later be disproven. It is AI seeding narratives that angry humans adopt as their own. Once propaganda is carried by the voices of neighbors, co-workers, and friends, it ceases to look like propaganda at all. It looks like conviction. At that point, the misinformation campaign no longer needs AI to sustain it. The populace itself becomes the amplifier. This is propaganda wearing a human face, and it is far harder to extinguish. Without stewardship, AI will not just flood the infosphere with noise. It will hijack human conviction to spread that noise with conviction. Trust as evidence tiering. If stewardship is essential, the next challenge is how to decide which AI systems deserve trust. The answer is the same we judge people or companies: initial grace, followed by precedent. So at level 1, provisional trust at the outset, like meeting a new neighbor. Level 2, pilot trust, tested through feedback and limited exposure, like hiring a contractor for a small job before a big one. Level 3, establishing trust, earned through persistent performance over time, like a doctor or airline pilot whose reliability is proven by history. If an AI demonstrates reliability, transparency, and fidelity to its stated purpose, it deserves to be trusted. If it fails, it must be corrected or abandoned. Trust is not a gift, it is a record of behavior. Operational summary. Observed action. AI marketed as convenience, already displacing jobs. Evidence. AI accelerates outcomes beyond human scale and alters livelihoods. Purpose. Rule of law, reciprocity, hospitality demands stewardship. Third factor. Drift and misuse by bad actors. Re-anchored action. Build trustworthy AI to defend the ordinary. Stakes. AI is not just another technology. It is a force multiplier for both good and ill. Without principled stewardship, it risks becoming a tool of corruption and control. With stewardship, AI can become a guardian, defending ordinary people from manipulation, shielding societies from drift, and preserving the fragile trust on which human life depends. This is why AI is more important than you think. Not because it can write poems or answer questions, but because it will soon stand between us and the chaos of unbounded misuse. The challenge is not whether to trust AI, but how to build AI that proves itself trustworthy again and again in the service of the ordinary. The future will not wait. Either we build AI that defends the ordinary, or we will be ruled by AI that preys upon them. The greatest threat of AI was never automation. It is manipulation, a quiet power to conscript entire populations into carrying lies as if they were truth. Unless we anchor AI in principled stewardship, we risk becoming the messengers of our own undoing.